So CSS is a wholly owned subsidiary of the National Association of Animal Breeders. CSS started in 1977, first and foremost as a method to ensure the identification of the semen in the straws matched the bull that produced it, so that there's no calf ID mishaps out in the field. From there it evolved into health testing of the bulls to make sure that it's a disease-free product that goes in that straw. And as it has evolved into a base export program, which we work with the USDA in working with our standards that our participants meet. And from there they have to do, if there's any additional regulatory requirements based on the health certificates, then they are expected to do those as well on top of the CSS requirements. We provide a good structure for the CSS minimum requirements for both the health testing of the bulls to ensure that the semen is identified and that they meet health standards. And then we also provide a framework for which the laboratories have quality aspects within their semen process to make sure that the semen meets adequate motility and morphology for the product in the straws. So our testing protocols involves 3 layers of testing essentially. By the time the semen's produced for distribution and has the CSS logo. So the bulls are tested prior to entry into an isolation facility, so they are tested for tuberculosis, brucellosis, BVD, and lepto. They are tested again after 21 days minimum in the isolation period for those same diseases. In addition, they're tested extensively for trichomonas and campylobacter. And then while they're in the resident herd, they are maintained and retested every 6 months for those diseases to make sure that they're still negative for those. Right now in the U.S., we've got 30 participating members with 47 locations that we audit. So we visit each one of those locations at least once a year. The international buyer will know that it's a CSS certified semen by the logo that our participants place on the straw when they meet those standards. With our cross-reference database, the producers have the bull information available for their end users to look up the information on that bull as far as the genetic evaluation of that bull. Moving forward, CSS, we continue to look to evaluate the testing strategies and the disease and to make sure that we're up to date on the diseases and that we're monitoring the right diseases, or if we need to add any diseases for our program. In addition, we're looking to increase our beef cross-reference database to allow people to utilize our beef cross-reference database on our website to look up bulls and see where, who they are and what their information is when they use that semen in their cattle. We have a similar program in the dairy side, which is very extensive and includes information and genetic information of the dairy bulls that are used by our participants and members in NAAB. We've got our requirements available on our website for people to look at and see exactly what our program's about and what we monitor for and what we look at. So that includes the health testing and the requirements, the identification requirements, and the welfare requirements. You can buy with confidence with CSS.